Prophecy reveals your future, but the voice of God takes you to your future. So I can prophesy to you, but you need to hear God for direction till you get receive. God has spoken and God is speaking. It's different. God has spoken and God is speaking. So God has spoken to you. That is the first dimension. The second one is God speaking. So God will speak to you, then He will keep speaking till you get to your destination. God is still saying something. Though He has said something, but He's still saying something, because you need what He's still saying to get to your destination. If all you are running with is what God has said, it's not enough. What God has said is prophecy. What God is saying is revealed when we start working with God. Okay, God said, Prophet Evans, there is a ministry you must start called the Horn of Salvation. I say, okay, it's done. So what will I be doing? God has to keep speaking. Today God must speak. Tomorrow God must speak. If I don't keep hearing God, I'll get stranded on the way. Now they are going to a place that flow milk and honey. They've gotten to a place of the Red Sea. How will we cross? God must still what? Speak. If God stopped speaking when they were at the Red Sea, that would have been their end. Though there's prophecy before them, but they will end at the Red Sea. But God said, Moses, stretch forth your rod. The voice of God is still speaking. If Moses wasn't walking with God, they wouldn't have gotten to the promised land. So it's one thing to carry prophecy and another thing to walk with God. Those who walk with God, you see, the most powerful people on earth are people who walk with God, not people with prophecy. So if you see anybody who walk with God, then it becomes difficult for the person to fail. But anybody who have prophecy, hey, I received prophecy today. The man of God said this, bam, and you are sleeping. You just go home and that is it. You can't share. Normal thing. There you go. That kind of life, and you are living. You will not see the fulfillment of prophecy, because there are things. So prophecy can be given by Prophet Evans, but God speaking must become personal. You must now live a personal life with God, that God will start dealing with you personally. There are things God will tell you, He will never tell me about you. And those are the things that makes you. Are you listening to me? There are things God wants to show you about your own destiny that He will never show me. There are things that, no matter how good your pastor is, God will not tell your pastor about those things. They are your personal dealings with God, and you can have them when you start working with God. So God has spoken and God is speaking. God spoke to Moses that go and take my people out, but God has to keep speaking to Moses. So if Moses disconnects himself from God, he is not going to hear what God is saying next, and you will not have the fulfillment of the prophecy. So prophecy is yes the seed. Hearing God continually, helps the seed to grow. But most of us, we all are prophecies. Prophecy people. We don't walk with God. So the Bible says, and Enoch walked with God. So these were men who walk with God. Enoch was walking with God daily. It's a daily thing. It's not enough to hear God from a man of God. You must hear God for yourself daily. And that's why there's frustration. You don't hear God.